This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dean Whyte, aka Baby Ting, out here in Las Vegas. Dean, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. All good. Nice to be in Vegas. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate your time today. This last hour or so has been quite eventful for yourself, and we have just had a big fight announcement as well. Let's just start off with yourself, though. As you've just said to me, you saved the plane in Saudi, and now you've just saved the fight between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. Just take it away.
Yeah, so we was going out there. There's loads of Mexican fans, Ramirez fans, and they were hurdling abuse and stuff, and it got a bit confrontational. And there wasn't any security really, and that's a little bit unprofessional somewhat. But it's a shame. And they was outnumbered, the guys out there. So I've been hanging out with team Taylor and stuff, and he's a good kid. Me and him get on. I consider him a decent guy, a little pal. So I just kind of thought I'd step in and kind of pick him up, take him out of that situation, and bring him to safety, because I didn't want him to start punching and damage himself, or anyone attack him also, because he's going to put himself at danger and risk of the fight being called off and anything happens. So I thought I'd do my part for my UK fellow Brit.
Oh, as I said to you, Dean, I was in here just uploading the weigh-in when it happened. I've seen the videos since Josh and Jose come in head-to-head. Just being in that scenario, what did you make of it? Did it feel even tenser back there than what he did up on the stage?
Hell yeah. Yo, hey, Taylor, hey, listen, he looked like he had steam coming off his head. What do you mean? It was crazy. Listen, I really thought it was going to go off out there. They're really lucky. This situation, because of the pandemic and COVID, there wasn't any Scottish fans here. Imagine what that would have been like, Scottish fans, Mexican fans, and the numbers, it would have just been UK fans are off their bonnets anyway. Bit of drink, any old moment, and it's going to go literally Pete Tong, go left. So, it was cool. It was a good situation. It got dealt with, and he's okay. He's just chilling now in the room. I've just come down from there, and he's just raring. I just say, listen, man, keep it all in check, man. Do your work in the ring, man. Tomorrow night, you'll be triumphant and show them, who's boss. Leave it all in the ring, man.
Dean, just a final thing on it all. As you said, you've just come down from seeing Josh. Has he calmed down now, or was he still kind of ranting for a little bit?
He was ranting for a little while. But he's okay, man. He's chilling up there with his team and his guys, and they're talking about the whole event. And, they were just saying, thanks. They was happy that I was there to save the day, and kind of, the group kind of backed off. It is what it is. Look, they're from the UK, we're all from the UK, and we're, comrades in our arms and so on. So, yeah, it's all good, man. I'm just here. We just got to do what we got to do, man. Now we're just looking forward to tomorrow night, the big fight. And, Taylor going to become undisputed and becoming an elite, small, class of fighters that could have achieved such a milestone. So let's see. He's got it all to do. It's a hard fight tomorrow. Ramirez is tough, very, very durable, come forward all night. But Taylor's got power, he's got skill, he's got explosiveness, and I'm expecting him to, put on a good show.
Something I was going to ask you there. You mentioned all of the attacking assets of Josh, and the same with Jose. But is this going to be that firefight? Is it going to be fireworks from the first bell, the way that many hope and a lot of people kind of expecting because of their styles?
Well, if it wasn't, guess what? It's probably going to be now, because, he's probably got to be in his bonnet now, Ramirez, and he's probably thinking, this guy, is disrespecting me or disrespecting my fans. And he's probably going to want to now and come and bring the super smoke to the table. So let's see what he brings. I'm sure these guys have, going to have their plan and their stool set out on how they're going to deal with that. But whatever happens, we always know, Mexican guys are very durable and strong, and they'll come and bring, the action pack. And I'm sure Taylor's been here many times. He's fought many elite opponents. He's got the better resume, and we're going to see tomorrow night, these two titans come together, and we're going to see how it gels. But I think it's going to be showbiz, and it's going to be, people need to stay tuned to the TV because they don't want to blink because they might miss something.
Dean, both of their weights on point today, but one thing that, the same weight. One thing that Josh kind of picked up on, or well, I say picked up on, was speaking about yesterday. He felt looking into Jose's eyes yesterday at the press conference, he looked a little drawn, he looked a little dry. He may be struggling a bit for the weight. Even though they both weighed the same, what did you make of it? Do you think that maybe Jose was a little bit struggling?
I don't know, I'm not going to lie, I kind of didn't pay attention to that, but I did hear the echo on what you said. I heard some of the guys mention the same thing. So look, we'll find out. Look, these guys do this. They've been doing that. A lot of fighters do it, and they still manage to bring the fire and get through the fight. Some fighters it affects, some fighters it doesn't. But he's come off some good wins. So I think I don't know if it's gonna affect him that much. But what Taylor should be doing is going in and targeting the body early and test the waters and see if that weight drain does have an impact once he starts landing some lever against them livers and that midsection. So we'll find out early enough if that's going to pay dividends, and we'll see.
Dean, as I said to you at the start of this interview, it's been an eventful hour. We had that, and then we had a brilliant fight announcement between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. August 21st out here in Las Vegas, I believe it was announced. Just your thoughts on what will be a fantastic fight?
Listen, that's a great fight. Listen, Manny Pacquiao, the senator, imagine his career still going on at 41, 42, something crazy like that. It's ridiculous. Now he's going to go up against this big, strong, hungry lion bull in Spence. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I'm a Spence fan anyway. I'm going to probably lean to Spence, but then at the same time, I lean towards Furman. I thought he would be the bigger, stronger guy, the younger youth on his side. And Manny Pacquiao showed us, look, that doesn't mean anything. He went in there and he actually dropped him and then proceeded to, win the fight. So I don't know. You can't write Manny Pacquiao off, man. Listen, what is he, 7-8 division world champion? Something ludicrous, But listen, I think this might be a step too far with old El. Listen, he's the truth, and you better believe it.
Dean, moving on and onto the heavyweight division. We had the news a few days ago, Deontay Wilder winning his arbitration case, setting up that third bout with Tyson Fury, meaning we don't get to see the Fury AJ undisputed bout next. Your thoughts on the entire scenario and how things have unfolded?
Yeah, it's a shame, I think the world was looking forward to that fight, and myself included, and many people were looking forward to having that undisputed fight with UK guys, because in my time we haven't seen that, and it would have been great. But obviously, look, if you got a contract, these guys should have probably got that fight out of the way a long time ago. It's a shame that it had to take them to announce their fight was nearly done for this to come, and now it's scuppered that fight. But hopefully, let's see what it is, because there's lots of ifs and buts, because now Joshua is potentially going to face Usyk, so he's possibly got a win there. Then Fury's got to possibly win against Deontay Wilder, and none of it's a given. We have favourites who we'd say we believe are going to win, but nothing's a given. Heavyweight boxing, nothing is straightforward. There's always bumps and stuff in the road. So I still would back the favourites to win and go on to see each other later. But like I said, it's definitely not a foregone conclusion, and we'll have to see. But I think the fans would have liked a summer fight, because everyone could have been out in the open drinking and having a great time. Now later on in the year it's going to be very cold, and we probably, to be honest, it might even get pushed off until next year. So it's one of them. It might just get drawn out, and then it could have been one of them nearly ones, but may never happen. I hope it's not, but let's see. If it is one of them ones that's drawn out, then hopefully Dillian gets his shot, and then we'll see him fight one of those guys if it doesn't manage to materialise, you know what I mean?
That's something I wanted to ask you. What's Dillian's thoughts on the entire scenario? Does he see an opening himself to get a crack at a world title sooner rather than later, or is he there thinking, I've got to wait for them fights to happen and then I might get a crack at it later down the line?
Well, I haven't really discussed anything about that. I'm just talking about his own stuff in terms of, him, getting out shortly, potential things that are occurring with himself, him training, being, ready and stuff when potentially he's going to fight in the USA and stuff like that. And I don't think we've actually, just trying to think on the conversation, I don't think we've actually spoken about that, no. So, but it's one of them. I'm sure he's mentioned it to whoever he's mentioned. I've spoken about it a bit. I'm sure he's spoken to some people about it. But me and him personally haven't spoken about that particular situation. I'm sure he's concerned with his business dealings, which he's in the process of doing and finalising. Because look, end of May's next week. Then we got June, the following week. So if he's going to fight in mid to end of July, it's literally something's going to have to be announced very, very shortly.
There was those talks about Dillian coming out to America and stepping onto a show out here, but on that front, you'd imagine he would have to face an American heavyweight. Is there anyone in the frame?
I think there's a few names Eddie mentioned. I've said it before. I think it was Franklin something. He's 22-0, a big guy, undefeated. I think that was one of the names, and there was another name, but it's kind of slipped me right now. But I'm sure, like over the coming weeks, things will become a little bit more clearer, and we'll get an understanding. And we're going to probably hear some news shortly on anything that's occurring. So fingers crossed we'll get some news maybe towards the end of next week before Devin Haney's fight, or immediately after Devin Haney's fight.
Just to touch on that, I know you're going to stay out here for that bout. What do you make of it, Haney-Linares?
Linares he's a seasoned campaigner, obviously he's at the tail end of his career. Devin, I had the pleasure of being in the gym watching him spar the other day. He's amazing talent. What he was doing in there was just lovely. It was a beauty to watch and witness what he's what he's about. And it's going to be interesting because it's going to be a big step up from this. It's going to be his biggest test to date. And he's going to have everything on his side in terms of, he's the up-and-coming star that everyone believes the future of the boxing world is in his lane and so on. But Linares is a big puncher, and he's seen it, done it, and he's been around the block. So I'm sure he's going to have a few things to say about this, and I don't think he's going to want to be written off so quickly or anything like that, So let's see. But, I'm going to be rooting for Devin in that fight. And hopefully he'll go out there and show me what he's done in the gym, and go out there and put on a masterclass. But listen, the boy is special.
Dean, just away from all those fights, obviously you're out here in America. Any specific reason? How have you managed to find yourself out here stateside?
Yeah, I was in Mexico for a bit. I had some business dealings out there, trying to organise some stuff with promoters from there in LA, and that's gone pretty well. Maybe potentially have a fighter fighting soon over these kind of shows. So that was what I'm doing, and I decided to come over here. And then I've got some other wranglings going on, and hopefully those will be very, very good stuff. So, a lot of business going down, man. The future looks very, very bright, man. So I came in and thought I'd support Taylor, started training with them, hanging out with them. And then obviously, Eddie, to be honest, I wanted to come for the Canelo fight, but the timing didn't permit it. He said, if you come over here, let me know, and I'll sort you out some tickets. I didn't manage that. So I extended my invitation to the Devin Haney show. So hopefully, Eddie, if you see this, I'm still looking for the tickets, buddy. Thank you. I'm here. So that's what I did. I'm here. I've got a few business things to do next week. I've got to meet a few more people. Going to probably watch Devin train again and just hang out and enjoy Vegas and try and make the most of it, because it is a hard place to get in unless you got an exemption waiver visa, and we didn't. So we had to go and do our multiple weeks. Sunny Mexico, Cancun, and I found a second home. It's really lovely there.
That's good to hear, Dean. I'm glad you've been able to enjoy a bit of time away, especially in these times. I imagine you needed it as much as what everybody does. I hope you had a good time, mate. I appreciate speaking to me today. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Vegas, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thanks so much, as always, man. Subscribe, pay attention, and view. Get busy.